Once again, there is a problem and I have the solution. Today's problem is parking meters and the fines you get for parking tickets. Now, first, before I moved to California, I lived in a different small town here, and one of the rules was if your car was on the street on the day the street sweeper came by on your street, you would get a ticket, and the fine amount was $2. Okay, big deal, $2. Not outrageous. I would take the little payment envelope, fill it up with pennies and nickels, and take it over to the office and pay it. Here's your $2. Now, one problem we have with this is a lot of cities are taking the idea of parking tickets and the fines from parking tickets and using it purely as a source of what they call generating revenue. I call it stealing money. You have enough problems already with your bills, so you don't need to pay $60 on a ticket to go finance whatever the city wants to do. The problem here is these governments get the idea it's their money, and they will give you all kind of reasons why they have to have such high rates. It's for the children, it's to improve this, it's to fix roads, it's to get more police officers or more teachers, or, once again, for the children. They love to push that point. But it doesn't happen. Once these politicians get the money in the bank, they say, okay, we got all this money. What can we spend it on? And then that becomes their new standard of how much money they have. And when that money goes up, oh no, we need more money. Raise parking fines again. I was on the website of a news station out in Los Angeles where I used to live, and I read a story about how their 13-member city council voted 12-1 that you will get a ticket if you park at a broken meter. It's broken. You can't pay. That doesn't bother them. Here, ticket. $63. Have a nice day. A lot of their fines out there are like that. 40, 50, 60 bucks or whatever. It's insane. It's nothing but ways for them to bring in as much money as they can, and who cares who gets hurt or inconvenienced in the process. But like I said, I have a solution to this problem. You can't really change their minds or get them to reduce the amounts, but you can get a little bit of satisfaction out of this problem. And you can do a couple things that will ensure that the money you pay on a ticket doesn't go the way they want it to. So, take a look at this. Okay, here's our live demonstration on an old disassembled parking meter in an unused parking lot somewhere in small town nowhere, USA. Now, as I said before, you have just been unfairly wronged by a local city council doing their best to legally steal every penny they can from you, and you want to express your feelings to them. Here's an idea for you. Spray-on rubberized undercoating, available in any auto parts store. This stuff is tar in a can. It's very gummy, very messy, very sticky, and it will mess that meter up. A little bit of this stuff sprayed in the coin slots or on the LCD or solar panels or control buttons of a modern meter, it'll take that thing out of service real quick. Instead of your money being spent on what the city council wants to spend it on, they'll be using that money to pay a mechanic to take this meter apart and clean it and get it back in service. So really, if you think about it the right way, you are stimulating the economy with this idea. You're creating a job. That mechanic is going to have work to do to fix this meter. You are giving him a paycheck. Now, is that a bad idea? But if passive-aggressive isn't your style, if you need to assert yourself a little more clearly, I have another idea for you. If you have too many bills and too little paycheck already, and the last thing you need is a parking ticket on top of that, how about this idea? 3 pounds of solid steel. Sledgehammers come in many sizes and weights, even bigger than this. They're easy to use, and they're not expensive. If you're already in a bad mood from getting this ticket, and you got about 30 seconds of free time, you can use your imagination with this one. They won't be fixing the meter, they'll be replacing it, and that will cost them more money, not only from your ticket, but from other people's tickets that they are stealing money from. Wouldn't that make you feel better? So, there's some things for you to think about. Now, first, important safety tips. Ask yourself this question: what do a lot of towns have these days? All over the place. Security and surveillance cameras. That's right. So, you do not want to drive up to a meter in your car with your license plate on it and get out and do something. That's not smart. You would want to have a Halloween mask of some kind, different clothes, park way, way, way away from where you're going to be doing things at, and walk on in. Also, if you want to do this, I would not suggest doing it at a meter that you got a ticket at, because it'll be in the computer. They'll look and they'll say, okay, this meter's all busted up. Who got a ticket here in the last 3 days? And your name is on the list. You're not off to a good start if you do it that way. Go to a different meter in the same municipality and do things there. Now, there's a lot of things going on that are not right, and this is one of them. And it's just the way they steal all the money they can from you every way they can think of, and it's legal because they're doing it. If you try to do this on your own, it'd be extorting money, stealing money, some other such thing. But it's the city and they voted, so it's legal, huh? No. I disagree. So this is an opportunity for you to go out there and put the wrong things right.